What's going on, guys? Messi here and welcome to a brand new video. Welcome to your daily dose of transfer gossip. And today it is going to be Thursday the 9th of January. We have confirmed to go through as well as the rumours. So just before we get started, if you could do our good stuff by leaving a like rating, press the subscribe button if you're new, and press the bell notification next to it so never miss an upload. Yes, this episode will be down below in the description box, and current schedule every day at 8 AM UK time will be a new transfer update. And finally, in the comment section below, who is the most overrated player in world football in your opinion? Right, let's get started, and first up we have got a signing for Swansea City in the Championship. They have signed Ryan Brewster on loan for the rest of the season from Liverpool, and he was linked to a fair amount of sides in the second division. Obviously, his chances of first team football at Liverpool were going to be very limited anyway, and now hopefully for him and for his development, going out on loan to Swansea, he becomes a regular in their starting 11. And then we go on to Ivan Cavallero. His move to Fulham has been made a permanent basis now from Wolves, and he's got a contract until 2024. He was on loan there, and it does say an undisclosed fee, though most sites are suggesting around £15 million. An interesting one that came up on Tuesday night is going to be about Inter Milan and Ashley Young. So Gianluca Di Marzio, who is considered very reliable, he said that Inter are in advanced talks with Manchester United over a move for Ashley Young. The Serie A leaders do see the 34-year-old fullback as a very versatile squad player, and to be fair, he can play multiple positions. And this is as they're looking to win the Scudetto for the first time in 10 years. Young has reached the final 6 months of his contract at Old Trafford, and Inter are willing to offer him an 18-month deal to take him through to the end of next season. And it makes sense probably for all parties because United will get some kind of fee rather than lose him on a free in the summer. Inter get a player that could help them if they get injuries and whatnot, and Ashley Young gets a new challenge. Juventus are set to make an offer of €10 million plus a further $5 million in additional fees. That's for Barcelona fullback Juan Miranda, and this story comes from Sport. Miranda is in the first season of a 2-year loan spell at Schalke, but the 19-year-old has hardly featured for the Bundesliga side thus far, and after attempting to sign Miranda in the summer transfer window, Juve are now set to return with another offer in January. A very short one for Sky Sports is that Newcastle United are prepared to offer a 6-month loan deal with a further option to buy. That's for RB Leipzig forward Ademola Lookman. He used to play for Everton in the Premier League but didn't really feature too much for them, and did have a previous loan spell to Leipzig. But of what I'm aware of, he hasn't really played too much football since making a permanent switch in the summer, and now could look to return to the Premier League, with Newcastle looking to add some more depth to their attack. Jesse Lingard's new agent Mino Raiola has offered his client to AC Milan, according to Sport Italia. The Manchester United midfielder has increased speculation he could be leaving Old Trafford recently because of hiring new super agent Mino Raiola, as I just mentioned. Raiola has gone to work very quickly because he aims to find the 27-year-old a new home. He was linked to Leicester City a couple days ago as part of a swap deal involving £45 million, and that was for James Maddison. But maybe a move to Italy, it could be better for him, and he needs to kickstart his career again. Fenerbahce want to sign Lingard and Rodriguez from AC Milan on an initial loan deal, and they've already agreed personal terms with the player, but so far they haven't agreed a deal with the club. The Italian side want to sell him permanently for €8 to €9 million. Again though, the Turkish giants only want to get a loan deal. Talks are still ongoing. This is according to a journalist called Nico Shearer. And it's not just Fenerbahce interested, because apparently Lyon want him and PSV Eindhoven. West Ham's pursuit of Jedson Fernandes has hit a roadblock, according to The Guardian. The English club were hoping to bring in the Benfica midfielder on an 18-month loan deal with a further option to buy for £34 million. However, talks recently have failed to progress, and Everton are now interested in signing him. And as for West Ham, they have got a couple of other options if it doesn't work out, including Joe Allen from Stoke City and Sander Berge from the Belgian Pro League. And now we have got a couple of stories about Christoph Piontek, and according to Fabrizio Romano first up, he has said Aston Villa are considering a bid for the AC Milan forward. Talks are ongoing with the striker, but he's yet to decide on his future away from the club. He could still stay at AC Milan and fight for his spot and try and regain the form that he was very successful with this time last year, or he could try a different challenge and move to the Premier League. But according to other outlets, they have confirmed Villa are in talks with Piontek, and they've offered AC Milan €28 million for the striker. And the contract on offer to the player is a deal until 2024, worth €3 million a year plus bonuses. And the reason they're desperate for a new striker is because during the summer window they brought in Wesley, I think from Club Bruges, and unfortunately for him and unfortunately for Villa, he's out until the end of the season. So they've got to bring a new striker in, and Piontek could be that man who is looking to refine his form yet again. They do face competition from Bundesliga outfit Bayer Leverkusen and at Newcastle United. And now a short one from the Telegraph is saying Aston Villa have been in contact with Crystal Palace as over a potential move to re-sign Belgian forward Christian Benteke. And again, another striker linked to them. They're also linked to Glenn Murray. And yet another player linked to Villa now, according to the Daily Mail, is that Aston Villa have been offered the chance to sign AC Milan goalkeeper Pepe Reina. And this is after the season-ending injury to Tom Heaton. Reina has got plenty of Premier League experience, previously playing for Liverpool, of course, and he's a very experienced goalkeeper anyway. I believe he'd be their number one goalkeeper if he came in because of the injuries and whatnot, but whether Villa take up this opportunity, we'll have to wait and see. And a very short one now from the Telegraph again is that Napoli are interested in signing Brighton forward Neil Maupay. He only signed for them during the summer window from Brentford, and to be fair to him, he's doing very well, and that's literally all it says. They're interested, it doesn't mention any type of fee. Bayer Leverkusen's Leon Bailey is a potential target for Liverpool, who are keen on adding more depth to their squad. The Jamaican international could be a cheaper alternative, or would be a cheaper alternative to Jadon Sancho, who definitely cost over £100 million. And this story comes from Goal.com. And it's not the first time we've been linked to Leon Bailey, because we were a couple years ago. And the most recent links to Premier League, it was to Chelsea for him. And speaking of Chelsea, according to the Daily Mirror, Chelsea are reportedly set to try and break Lyon's resolve by offering £40 million plus Olivier Giroud in a bid to sign Moussa Dembele. Chelsea reportedly had a bid rejected the other day of just £40 million, but adding Olivier Giroud on top of this offer, obviously it makes it a bit more tempting for Lyon, who are previously well linked to Giroud anyway. And the fact is, they are completely different styles of play strikers, one being like more of a target man, and Dembele, he's a lot better on the ball, a lot quicker as well. Raul de Thomas will make a rapid return to Spain with Espanyol, according to Ebola. The striker signed for Benfica in the summer window for €20 million, but so far has failed to make a positive impression, scoring just 3 goals, and he'll be heading to the Barcelona-based side, and the reported fee, it seems to be around the fee that Benfica paid initially, at €20 million mark. Napoli are showing an interest in RB Leipzig's defensive midfielder Diego Dema, and a bid is being prepared imminently. According to Goal.com, the 28-year-old has impressed new Napoli boss Gattuso with his form for the Bundesliga leaders, and the likely fee for the Naples club would be around €16 million. Schalke is set to sign Barca defender Jean-Claire Todibo on a 6-month loan deal, and that story is from Gianluca Di Marzio. He was linked to AC Milan for a couple days, and it looked like yesterday would be the decisive day in that transfer, and by the looks of it, again, he could go to AC Milan still. It looks like he's decided against the move to the San Siro, and that could tie in with the next rumour from the Sky Sports Italia. They say AC Milan are now considering a move for Chelsea centre-back Andreas Christensen. It'll be a loan with an option to buy, but it doesn't mention how much they'll be offering to Chelsea. Then we have an interesting story from Calcio Mercato. They say Manchester City are interested in signing Wolves Spanish winger Adama Traore, who's 23 years old. The rumoured fee is around £70 million, and that is, like, no disrespect to him. I think he's in very, very good form right now. But before this season, he was very wasteful, like very good at taking players on and his dribbling aspect of the game. But his final product has been very, very questionable up until this season. His former club Barca are interested alongside their rivals Real Madrid, and the article even mentions Liverpool as a potential destination. But as I said, I don't think a club will pay £17 million for him. Maybe if he keeps up his form until the end of the season, potentially that could be a thing, but a January move probably won't happen. Pep Guardiola has contacted Real Madrid over a deal to bring midfielder Isco to Manchester City. He sees him as a like-for-like replacement for the outgoing David Silva, who's expected to leave on a free at the end of the season. Or not expected, he has confirmed he will be leaving at the end of the year. Any deal though would take place in the summer transfer window, and that story is according to El Desmarque. A very short one from Sky Germany is that Jadon Sancho will not be leaving Borussia Dortmund during the January transfer window. And realistically, we kind of knew that anyway because Dortmund have said as a club that he won't be going anywhere. But maybe a transfer in the summer, it could happen, but he would cost a lot of money. And the next story comes from Calcio Mercato, and they say Juventus are interested in signing Napoli forward Dries Mertens. Inter and Roma are also monitoring the Belgian, but Juve are thought to be leading the race for his signature. Mertens' current contract with Napoli is due to expire this summer, though there are rumours suggesting he could be signing a new contract. Manchester United are interested in signing Ajax midfielder Donny van de Beek in the January transfer window, and this is according to ESPN. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is confident a deal can be done this month, but the Dutchman could cost more than £50 million, and they would face competition from Real Madrid. United are certainly running short on the options in midfield because of injuries to Paul Pogba and McTominay, and they have been into a vast list of midfielders as of late, and maybe Donny van de Beek could be the solution to their problems. We'll have to wait and see. A short from 90 Min is that Manchester City are prepared to activate the £100 million release clause in Kalidou Koulibaly's contract at Napoli. He's been to so many clubs as of late: City, Real Madrid, Tottenham, and even the surprise one from the Express the other day linking him to West Ham United. And now moving on, according to Bild first up, they're saying Bayern Munich have failed to reach an agreement after preliminary talks over Wilfried Zaha. Crystal Palace would be open to selling the Ivorian this summer though for €80 million, but Bayern consider that fee far too high. And the Guardian did suggest that Palace rejected Bayern's offer though because it was a loan offer. The Bundesliga champions could well return in the summer with a bid, and he has got a new agent, so this could be a whole thing that the agent is trying to sell him to different clubs as he wants to get European football. And the Mirror pretty much say exactly that Wilfried Zaha's new agent, Pini Zahavi, he is trying to reach a deal with Tottenham for his client. £80 million is the current asking price, and just like Bayern, Tottenham consider that far too high, and Chelsea is still amongst the teams showing interest. But that, guys, is going to be it for this video. So if you could do that good stuff by leaving a like rating, press the subscribe button if you're new, and press the bell notification next to it so you never miss an upload. Yes, this episode will be down below in the description box, and current schedule every day at 8 AM UK time will be a brand new transfer update. So thank you for watching this video, I'll see you next time.